Hello everybody, Raven with Wild Soul Wanderings. I am here with my rig, the AR1 Max Starcraft. I have my dear friend Zen shooting video. Yay! And today I am hitching up my rig for the very first time. When I bought this, they hitched it up for me. So you get to be involved in this learning practice with me. So the first step is this beast. This thing is freaking heavy. This is the jack that goes into my car. And so this goes into the back of my car here. So the theory is this is gonna work really easy. So I'm gonna lift this guy up using my core body strength, of course. Proper body mechanics are so key. And I'm getting a note that there's cleavage here, so you'll get accustomed to seeing these in my videos. So it is much lighter without the arms on.
Oh, good.
And then I'm gonna put that in this hole. And then there is a pin that looks like this. This is a very important pin. Make note, we need to get an extra one of these at Home Depot, so just in case I lose it. And then I gotta line up the hole, and holy moly choly, a little bit more. Oh my golly, okay. Okay, so probably not very sexy poses, but let's line up the hole. Oh, golly gee, how do I get the pin in? The pin was very hard to take out. So now, cut. All right, so, oh, there it goes.
So just lining it up correctly.
And making sure it comes out the other side. No. Okay. So, wiggle, shake, wiggle, shake, wiggle, shake. There we go. Wiggle, shake.
Ah, very nice.
Then you get a thingamajig, and you'll notice mine's already kind of messed up. So these are good to have a lot of extra ones of. And when you put it in, you want to do it so that the pin is coming downwards rather than upwards. So it should be really tight. If it's not tight, you'll want to use a new one, and you'll go in the center. So now this is attached to my vehicle. And next is greasing the ball. So men out there, you know this is important. I'm still learning how to grease the ball, and I don't know what the correct grease is. So if you have recommendations, let me know. Until then, I'm just gonna use a little bit of WD-40, lubricate, keep it moist for friction reduction. And so I'm gonna use just a little bit of WD-40 and use the hand. There you go. All right, so now that the hitch is on the vehicle, I need to get this ready to receive the ball. And so there's this little lock over here on the hitch that I'm gonna open up, and that's gonna come up, and then I'm gonna move everything out of the way, kind of get all of my chains and everything out of the way here. These are the arms for my weight distribution, which I'll show you those in a moment. And then this is the electrical cord that I'll be plugging in so my brake lights and my turn signals work. So just opening up this area to receive. I've double checked that all my propane tanks are off for travel, so both of those are off. And now I'm going to be backing up the vehicle. So I do not have a backup camera on my Xterra. So I bought, this is a theme for this video, these two balls. And I have not used these before. So here we go. I'm going to put this on the hitch and raise it up and give it a little bit of a whoa. Let's see. Okay, this will be interesting. And then I'm going to take the other one, and I'm going to, it's got a little magnet. I'm going to put the magnet here, and this one's going to come up on a slant underneath the pink. So they're kind of slanting, so when I back up, the balls are going to line up underneath each other. I've never done this before, folks, so this should be very interesting. Okay, so here we go. And as a solo person, person, it's okay to get out of the car a couple of times and see what's happening. All right, so a few things that I learned in that process. The balls are not going to work for me. I am going to want to get a backup camera. The backup camera will be consistent. I'll be able to learn it, be able to do the backup, especially when I'm solo by myself, much easier. The balls sway too much with the wind, and there's just way too many variables. So recommendations for backup cameras, greatly appreciated. Backing up is interesting. So now I'm going to see how close off I am and how far off the mark I can be and still make this work. So now I'm going to make the trailer come down and maybe use my body weight. So I had to do that a couple times, folks. Using the parking brake is a key to help this process along. And when you hear the hitch hit something, that's good. You're hitting in the area that you need to hit. There's a whole lot of space between blowing up propanes and ramming your back. And I should be going this way. Oh, look at that! The receiving end is receiving the ball. It's laying down. So now I'm going to lock this into place. And in theory, it should be easy. Sometimes the first time doesn't always go as well as you'd like it to. All right, so the lesson here is back it up, put the weight on the trailer, and try to do the hitch lock. If it doesn't work, crank until it goes in. It's going to be trial and error. Once that's in place, this is going to lock, and you're going to take the little locky-majoo jingy thingy and push it through the hole and lock this in. So now we have the hitch of the trailer locked into the ball socket into the car, which is locked here with these two brackets. Now the next step is I'm going to put the weight distributor arms on. And the trick for this, so that my shocks on my car, right now there's a lot of weight that's pulling the center of these two units down. So what I want to do is I'm going to raise my trailer up a little bit, and I'll put the weight distributors on once it's up to help my shocks better align all four of my tow vehicle tires on the car. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to raise this up a couple of inches. Let's see how that goes. So I'm raising the trailer. It's still hitched up on the ground. It's hitched to the car, so it's going to be elevating the car, giving me a little bit more clearance. And now I'm going to figure out how to put the weight distributor arms on. And that, my friends, might be a little tricky. So what I'm going to do is I've labeled the arms left and right so I know what goes where. And there are, once again, brackets holding, you'll notice, pulling these out. It goes inward. So I'm going to lay that here. This arm, says passenger on here, is going to come up into this hole, and I'm going to give it a nice, I'm going to pull this out and give it a nice hit. Press on it, make sure it's good. I'm going to do the other side before I actually adhere all the locking mechanisms. This one might be easier for you to see since I'll be here on this side. So once again, I have the weight distribution arm, marked it as drivers. Take out the locking pin. Take out this thingy-majingy. This end is going to go up into this hole. I'm going to pull on this lever, give it a nice big hit, make sure that it's locked in. Then what I'm going to do is you're going to get a nice little butt shot. Well, I get my little handy dandy tool here to help me do all the heavy work. Then I'm going to take this thingy-majingy
Because it's already up there. You don't need your tooly thing.
Yeah, is it's... What did he do this for?
I don't remember. That's because you had it lower. You raised yours up way high when you're doing this. So your whole car is being pulled up off the...
Am I supposed to have this on? I wonder when that's supposed to come off.
Not until the very, very end. Because that's holding it. Yeah.
Hopefully the trailer is going to stay on the car when I
Yeah.
drive.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to do the other side. I'm really not sure if I'm doing this all in the right order, but now I'm going to lower this so I can take my trailer jack off. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the blocks off of my tires as well. So I'll do that and be right back. So now I'm going to lower my trailer all the way down. I still need to learn left and right, but lefty-loosey I'm thinking is, yeah, I'm feeling it lower. So I brought it up higher when I put the sway on. For some reason, I'm told that's going to help with my suspension. And now I'm going to keep going.
I remember the little foot guy came
And
all the way
then
up above the sway bar
I'm
thingies.
going to take this guy off. There we go. And just keep moving it up so that it clears the ground. Get your muscles going in your arms, get a workout. Balance so you get a nice form on both sides. And when putting things away, it's always nice to put things back where you found them so you remember what stuff does and that they don't get lost. So I'll put this in my storage bin in a moment. I'm just going to do a little bit more. Oh, okay, so it stops. Wonderful. So it has a stopping mechanism. Thank you. So now I'm going to do the chains. I've heard from some videos that I've watched that you should cross them and twist them. That helps minimize any drag. And if this whole establishment that I just did doesn't work, these are a good backup. So there's these little holes on the back of my hitch that I can put them on. And it's a nice fail-safe backup plan. So once again, twisting the chain, adhering it into this spoke. Now what I don't remember is where to hook this thing. If my trailer does come off and this comes undone, this is going to activate my trailer brakes so that this thing stops and doesn't go crazy. This goes somewhere and I don't know where. All right, so we went inside and we watched a YouTube video. Thank goodness for YouTube. So what we just learned on YouTube is that, what did we just learn on YouTube? All right, so you want to have less slack in the breakaway cable than in your chains. So what Zen helped me remember right now is to tie a little thingy-majingy, circle thingy here, and then I can bring this loop through the same hole that my chain is connected to, and then I can bring it back here and use this carabiner to connect the two together here. And so the very last thing that you'll do is get all of your slack onto your electrical cord. There is a guide. This will be the very top. This is going to go into the receptacle here. Give it a good push in and it will actually lock in so that you know it's in really tight, and this will help your brakes and your turn signals work when you're on the road. So we really want this thing to stay attached, and we're going to go on our little test drive right now. So here we go. All right, everybody, Wild Soul Wanderings.